I had 2 months to make a game from scratch, and the problem wasn't even the time constraint. It's I have literally no idea what I'm doing. Game development is harder than it looks. People say games take too long to make nowadays, but with all the tools we have, why does it take so long? Well, I'm gonna find out for myself. I'm gonna make a game completely from scratch. Coding, design, art, the whole shebang. I have no idea what I'm doing, but you can bet your butt I'm gonna figure it out. For more context, I found myself a part of big tech layoffs at the end of last year, giving me ample time to explore this hobby I've always admired from a distance. This was my chance to finally sink my teeth into something with the only expectation being those I have for myself. Or so I thought. The thing is, I decided this game was gonna be a present for someone, so I at least have to make it presentable, and just so you know, I delivered. When choosing a game, there are 2 very important things you need to decide before you jump into it. What type of game are you going to make? A platformer, a first-person shooter, an RPG, the genre. 2, you need to decide what engine you're going to build your game in. So let's talk game engines. You have the choice of using a pre-built game engine or making your own. If you're going to make your own, you can tailor it to completely what you need, but if you're a beginner, that's not advisable. I decided to not take that route, which left me with 3 reasonable options: Godot, Unity, and Unreal Engine. One of the things you have to consider when choosing a game engine is what language it's in. For example, Godot is in Python, Unity is in C#, Unreal Engine is C++. If you already know how to code in one of those languages, it's probably best to stick with what you know, unless the other one provides enough for you to switch over. There's a lot to choose from here, but where would the best place for a newbie to start? Since I wanted to be able to put some more stuff on my resume, I decided to choose an engine where I could get a certification out of it. Godot doesn't have much with this, so it came down to Unity or Unreal. I decided I want to make a platformer for this game, and I have a lot of experience playing them because of games like Hollow Knight, Mega Man, Sonic, Mario, and I've always really been into them. Because of this, I decided I'd go through Unity certification progress while I work on a game for my friend. Some people would say that you don't need a certification, you just need a portfolio, projects, and for the most part I agree. But providing structure for me while I was in between jobs is something I really wanted. It was something I could easily put on my resume. The certification process for Unity is pretty simple. There's just an exam you take. While I know how to program in C and C++, I wasn't super familiar with how to program in C#, so I decided to follow an intro course online. This course made me make a few games with pre-made assets. I appreciated this because it let me make a game that I pretty much just had to program and connect parts together correctly, allowing me to actually get a feel for the engine and how to do stuff. The game they had me spend the most time on was the project called The Endless Runner, which is similar to stuff like Temple Run, but 2D. The gameplay loop for all these are pretty simple, but starting simple tends to help you learn the basics a lot faster. On top of that, each course was always encouraging you to actually create additional elements and mechanics you could personally add that you wanted to help broaden what you want to learn. This course, there were 3 things that really helped me understand. The way game engines work. Instead of just having code that's running a game, it's running code every single frame. This might sound super simple, but to most people they assume there's just a program running in the background and it's just running all the time. However, it's more along the lines of code gets run every frame, so then you have to go through a big loop to say, okay, what am I doing this frame and what can I actually do correctly? So if we have a player and they have 30 scripts running at once every frame, it can eat up a lot of resources, so you have to actually manage that correctly when you're making scripts and choose what you're separating from each other out, because if you have one main script that runs your entire character, it's probably going to be pretty slow and be very resource heavy. Speaking of 30 scripts at the same time, let's talk about coroutines. It's a Unity specific thing which is more along the lines of functions. So let's take this enemy for example. They are going to move to the left, and every 30 frames you want them to jump. So during your initial move routine, you'd say, okay, start coroutine, and coroutine is its own function that's on its own that'll then just trigger a jump every 30 seconds with a burst up. And that's all it does, and that's all it will do unless you kill it. A good example for this is taking damage. So you don't want to check every single frame in the main character controller, am I taking damage, what to do. Instead, you can have a coroutine that keeps track of the health that's just health minus the number going in, and then your other scripts should update because they should just be looking at the variable, how physics work in the engine. When you collide with objects and how you can code those collisions to execute specific code. As we talked about before, one of the biggest examples of this is HP. If your player collides with an object with a tag enemy projectile, you can have execute code specific to enemy projectile that will subtract HP and delete the projectile afterwards. UI. Honestly, I had a good idea how this works, but I had no idea how to make it scale properly for multiple resolutions and how to connect codes such as the player health, which really helped me figure everything out. Back to the platformer I'm making. There are certain elements I want in this game. In every platformer, I love wall jumps. The ability to just go boing off walls has been fascinating to me, and I enjoy it every single time I play games like Mario, Mega Man X, and Metroid. But before I can work on that, I need to actually be able to move my player. Luckily, setting up the controls to actually move the player are not that hard. However, I did have problems problem with the physics. When I was having the player jump, it wasn't rising and falling like I wanted them to. I had to change gravity, the amount of force to the jump, and I just wasn't seeing what I wanted, so instead of using the built-in dynamic controller, I decided to code my own kinematic controller. This meant I had to set up all the physics myself, however. I would control how far the character goes up, when the character starts falling down, and how gravity worked for it. This was an experience. Luckily, I have a friend that's fairly familiar with Unity that was able to actually help me get through this part, because this was a lot of learning and a lot of just trying to figure everything out. We set up a character controller, a component we could just attach to any object, and it would control the gravity, movement speed, jump height, and whatever additional physics we needed to handle. After a bit of tuning, it ended up working just great, and I got exactly what I wanted. I wanted my friend to have a projectile where she throws her little animals that all have names. So what I did was create space for them to spawn on both sides of her and then get launched in the direction that she was facing. Originally, this had some problems though. The biggest problem is that if the projectiles collided with the player, it would delete the player, which is not what you wanted. But remember earlier I talked about tags colliding with each other. I could then go into the code and make, okay, if it's the player or a player projectile, don't delete yourself. The last thing I wanted for this projectiles was a voice line for each one. So her bear Marble here, I wanted her to say, "Go Marble," but for each of her little buddies. So this doesn't seem hard at first, just asked her to say stuff, but I'm trying to keep this a secret before the reveal. So what do? I asked her to name them all on stream and record it through my OBS.
Domino, Celestina. What the hell is HUP? What is HUP? Why would I have, huh? Hup? What does hup mean? Like, hup?
You might be facepalming right now, but I'll have you know it worked. I wanted to create at least 3 enemies for this game. One that simply walked at the player, one that would throw bricks at the player, and then one that would jump at them very, very fast. Luckily for me, this wasn't that hard. The first enemy just checks if the player is within a changeable distance, and if they are, move towards the player. The second enemy does essentially the same thing, but it'll stop at a certain distance and then just start throwing bricks. The third enemy, the jumping enemy, is essentially the same as the first enemy, but he will jump if the player is a certain distance above them. Originally, I just had them jumping on repeat, which looks really dumb. But hey, we all have placeholders sometimes, right? The important part is realizing it's dumb and then going back and fixing it. There are a few other things, but we'll touch on that later. For now, let's introduce you to my friend Kuho. She's a cringe VTuber queen that I've been friends with since COVID at this point, and I'm very, very good at scamming her. One of the biggest parts of any game you're gonna play is the visuals, better known as art. Most people would have done one of 3 things. They'd commission art, steal art from a different game, or be a giga loser and generate it through AI. Well, I didn't have the money for the first one. I'm not a thief. I don't want to be a giga loser. So I decided, you know what? I'm going to make all the art myself. Now, I don't claim to be some kind of artist, but this year I put a lot of time into art. Since January 1st, I've spent at least 30 minutes every single day drawing. Now, this doesn't mean my art's going to look great, but it does mean it should be cohesive. The most important piece of art, though, I need is the player. This is what will be seen by the players the most as they traverse through the level. I decided I needed to have 6 states for them: idle, walking, dashing, jumping, sliding down a wall, and then being damaged. Then came to figure out how to transition between states. To do this, you need to set up variables that can trigger when a state moves from one to another. For example, if I want to move from idle to walking, I need to have a variable that checks if the player is moving, and an additional one to check if they're on the ground. So when you think about these states, this is what it looks like when you have them all together. It looks complicated, but I promise it actually isn't that bad. There's only a few variables you actually have to keep track of, and because you can set arrows for where they're going each way, it's actually pretty easy to figure out. Then comes what the player sees, the UI. Aside from the health bar, there was only one big part I wanted the player to see while playing the game: dialogue. That's right, I wanted this silly little project to have a story that is lighthearted, fun, full of jokes, and for this, I need 3 things: what the overall UI is going to look like to hold dialogue, portraits for the talking characters, and then the actual coding to transition through dialogue. So what I came up with is a pretty basic dialogue box with a little notch for the name of the character as well as an indicator for which side the portrait's on. Because I was drawing every day, it made it pretty easy to just make portraits and other terrain day by day. However, for this portraits, the players is the one that looks the worst out of all of them. But I kind of just decided it would be funny for her to have to cope with that when she played it on stream, so we're gonna leave it. As for the coding, I made a pretty simple dialogue component. I could throw this on any box that would then trigger dialogue to show up on the screen, and I would control the dialogue that happens within it. I made a place in the hierarchy to store all the possible portraits, so it would just reference the one that's needed for the cutscene. Then came the story itself. I'll fill you in a bit of my background with Kuho before we get to her actually playing the game. So we've been friends since Genshin Impact came out, and I met her in a Genshin Discord server. She later became a VTuber, and I helped choose the components for her computer, and she had issues with the parts that came for her computer, which I'd like to point out is not my fault. Even if she claims it is, it's not my fault. So I figured, why not make that the plot though? I won't spoil any more details though. I want you to see it for yourself.
It is your
Kuha Mataru is lit for stream. Did it just crash? It just
Did you
stopped.
click out?
No, sorry. Oh no, the song.
Oh wait,
just
no, I
doesn't loop.
didn't loop the music there.
You
Hey,
didn't
ignore
loop
it.
the music. We already found the first error.
Hey, welcome to
Just-
voice acting.
Oh my god, just got home
Oh,
from my
you need to-
job. Time to get ready for stream. Discord
I-
call noise. What the hell?
Like,
What do you want, Pindy? Yeah, that would be me.
I have a stream idea for you.
Which is?
I'm gonna send you a link. Just click the exe.
You're repeating everything you already told me? Okay. Surely this isn't a virus. Uh-huh.
Would I ever do such a thing?
I don't doubt you. You don't want me to answer that? Oh, the little pixel Kahuna corner is so cute. I'm assuming Aina made that.
I did make that. That pixel.
Aina, I want that. All right, opening it now. Huh? Where am I?
You're in your computer.
Huh?
Remember how I picked out the parts for your computer? It was all to set this up. I'm pretty committed to the bit.
The fuck? Motherhood. Give me her right now.
No can do. Your chat wanted this. Just don't ask them.
Chat, did you want this? Did you want this? I need answers right now. I'm taking away your mod after this, probably. Oh,
All right, so now you can move around with Waz,
whoa.
and you can jump with spacebar.
Huh? Oh, why? I don't like that noise.
You're gonna be hearing it a lot today.
Why? Shift? Oh my fucking god. What the hell?
And oh wait, before you go forward, you gotta
Yeah.
go left. Click. Yeah, left click.
Mel!
Goopy,
Aww!
says Gina,
They all
Oh
have
my
different
God.
weights and they travel different distances.
says Go,
So-
Mel,
God.
Hup, I'm a victim, I'm a victim.
Continue.
You have to click through all that again.
I
'cause
have to click through all of this. What the fuck? Okay.
this is gonna be the hardest. There you
Okay,
go.
I did it.
And
I
there's
did it.
so you have to click to shoot people. Your chatters.
Huh?
Stuffed,
Oh yeah,
Wait, what did that just say?
you say scuffed.
What the fuck?
hup, hup,
Why the hops?
hup,
You're
hup,
almost at the end of this
hup,
level.
Hup, hup, hup,
This
hup,
level?
hup, hup.
Did-
There you go.
Oh, hey, look, it's Risen's background. So why are we here?
Well, you're in Risen's domain now.
Oh, God.
He holds a strong foothold in your computer because you downloaded Wuwa.
That literally doesn't make sense.
Does any of this make sense?
The fuck? Down?
Yep, go down.
What?
Welcome to the ad I found.
Hup,
Yeah, they throw bricks at you, by the way.
hup, stuffed,
Oh,
hup,
what the fuck? Not the skull.
hup.
Yeah, the bottom's the best path. Then you're gonna have to wait till you see a platform on the bottom right. But before you jump on it,
Hup.
you have to move with the
Victim.
platform because of physics things I couldn't fix. You can dash jump on it. That's what I would do, and then just keep.
Hup.
Motherfucker! God
Are you
damn
a
it!
victim?
I am a fucking victim.
Aina is also the one that helped make the ghost. Yep. So now you're as soon as you get the wall at the end, you gotta dash jump off.
I can't do this.
Risen, I told you this was gonna be the hardest level for her.
Hup,
Okay, I did it. I did it. Oh no.
You-
hup. I'm a
Okay.
victim. I'm
Damn
a
it.
victim.
that
My throat. No, my throat's gonna hurt for screaming. Shit! Fuck! Fuck!
Fine.
Okay. Okay. Okay, I did. Hold on.
So
Catch
when
my
you-
breath. My throat. I
This
need
next
water.
one you
Hold
might
on.
have to.
Okay. Okay. I'm calm. Okay.
Okay, and another one's gonna come.
Another
you're gonna-
platform.
Yep. Don't worry. This is the easier one. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Now just walk with
Okay.
it.
Okay.
And as soon as you see the end, dash, jump off, hold right. All right,
Go
jump
up or
up.
down. Up or down.
Jump up. Jump up. Jump up.
Okay. Up.
And in the hole, go down.
Okay.
Go,
Okay.
go down that hole
Okay.
to the right. Jump down here.
Okay.
You'll come back later, but there's Easter eggs in here.
What the fuck? Where is it? A leather bedrock queen? What the fuck? At least I'm not a whore. Yeah, Riz is an art slut. That's just because you're poor.
And then as soon as you get across here, it's the end of this level.
God. What is this? No, that's not what I think it is it?
Well, we are in your audio area, so who knows?
Oh God. Did you make this kazoo?
Did I ask her to kazoo Megalomania for this? Maybe. Who knows?
Kazoo, not the fucking kazoo. No, this better not turn into karaoke.
As if you would actually sing without a 30-minute lead up.
What is this? Puyo! And there you are, Puyo. You voted this. Not JK, what's at my final? Who wrote the lines for her?
You did.
I don't know if that's good or bad. So, did you computer, what's with that? Can you believe Peony is putting me through this? I'm a victim. Big L is trash. You're totally gonna love this area, though. For real, lol. We still have so much work to do on you, Peony better let me out of here so I can work. When we get to work, though, can I keep my AC on? Huh.
Some of them will throw bricks at you.
Huh? The fucking jump noises. You could have asked me to make a better one.
No, it was way funnier this way.
Where is this?
We're in your water cooler.
Oh my god. Why is it so warm in here?
That's because it looks a little broken right now. Oops.
You better fix this right now. I don't need any more computer problems.
Relax. Oh no, the poor fish in your computer. Oh no.
What? I really need you to take this seriously.
Domino.
Oh, Why
She's too
is she
short
not-
for the text box.
you can't even see her. She's so short. Why are you here, Boo Boo? Just swimming around. I mean, it's water coolant, so of course I'll go for a swim. This cannot be healthy. Get out. Water is water. It works. You know my water cooler is broken, right? About that. Do you know what happened? Your PC just started heating up. Peony stuck me in here for a dumb bit. I'm working on getting out. Oh, do you mind fixing your heating on your way out? I'll be boiled at this rate. Only because you're mine and not Riz's, yeah.
I think I can fix your water cooler. We just have to go down this water line and take out the chatters down there. Or if you want to deal with it not inside, you can just go forward to the next area.
How would killing my child? I was literally about to ask that.
Some of them probably got in when I sucked you in. You don't want them in your files, right?
Oh, you're right. Can I get rid of them not in here?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you should be able to. Up to you.
Uh-huh.
If you jump over to the right, it'll literally end the level. If you go down, there's some chatters to kill, a little bit of a line,
I'm gonna
and
murder you
there's
guys.
an extra cutscene. There's an extra cutscene down there. Watch out, bricks.
This will affect my relationship with chat.
They just keep shooting. Just keep shooting. They come at you faster than I thought they would.
Oh, Boo Boo. Oh, hey, look, it's Boo Boo now. Blow. Thank you for fixing it. It's much more comfortable now. Well, I wanted to fix it anyway. The last thing I need is another computer issue. Now, please get out of the coolant. You still have a few things to do before leaving, right? I'll leave right after. I promise. How many areas do I have to go through?
Well, we're in your computer's admin area, so it should be the end soon.
Who is my... Is it Aina? Who's in my admin area?
Who would be the admin of your computer?
I feel like it's gonna be Ina. Oh, I know that. Let's go find him then. Oh, that's you. Sorry, my bad.
Wow, taking out my voice lines, my precious voice lines.
Huh?
And Ina, I'm so sorry for what I did to you, that you don't know about it. You aced us, though. Oh, oh no! Oh, wait, please don't tell me you have to start over. Just click.
It's gone.
I might have to. No.
There's no text box.
No.
No, it's stuck. Unless it's a really long dialogue. Your admin, the one who fixes my computer, and this part's the part that's broken? What the fuck?
Hup,
Huh? Huh?
hup,
Huh?
hup.
God damn it. Stop.
I want to
stop.
thank literally everyone for me
No,
sending the
thank
message
you.
out to send these to me at 1 o'clock in the morning. And this morning, because
Oh,
I had
God.
the idea, and everyone responded pretty much as soon as they could to put a message in here. So I just want to say thank you to everyone that did that.
It's been almost 2 years since you told me you were God. Since then, I've watched you push higher and higher. Never stop being the degenerate you are. Keep pushing till you're number one and believe in you can be.
So yeah, that's why I brought you in your computer.
But like, you could have just sent a slideshow.
When have I ever done things the easy way?
Sigh.
So what'd you think?
I love it. I love it. I'm a victim. Oh, this scared me. Huh? Credits.
Domino, technically.
Technically.
I forgot to message Domino about it. Fuck.
Oh God. This is Ina's part?
Yeah.
Just like I thought. Oh great, I wasn't expecting you to find me up here. That is such an Ina thing to say. Can you get me out of here? I don't want to deal with this anymore. You think I can convince me to stop? Why does this is such Ina things to say. Sigh. I'm never gonna let him live this down. Girl, you think you're gonna remember this by next week? That's it, I'm out of here.
That's the Ina
That
part.
was it.
Welcome back.
That was great. And I loved everyone's message. I know Ash said he wanted. I almost got me there. I held my shit together. Oh, I love it. That was perfect.
That was one of the most fulfilling streams I've ever been a part of. To be able to put something together, to create something and give it to someone else is something I've always valued and always really enjoyed, as you've seen on this channel. You can try the game out in the link below. I provided it, and you'll notice when you download it, it says, hey, there's a problem. That's because I named the project with an exclamation point in front of the EXE, which is kind of a problem, but like, I promise it's not a virus. I actually now have a couple other games I'm working on, so content might be slow for a little bit. I hope you'll be patient with me. I've linked my Ko-Fi if you want to help support me and this channel, and I will see you in the next one.